Hey, what's up, everyone? So, just real quick, I just got off work and I wanted to talk about the new Jada Toys reveal at WonderCon. I just want to start off with the Mega Man stuff. You guys personally know me, gotta talk about the Jada Toys Mega Man for sure. Just want to start off with the third wave. I talked about this numerous times, bunch of times actually. But there's actually some new stuff here. There is some new stuff going on, at least stuff that we've never seen yet. So, starting with the unhelmeted Mega Man. So, this is the one that I'm really excited for, that classic, Mega Man 2 of him, with the the helmet off on top of the building, that sort of thing. What's cool about this is that if you look at the packaging, it comes with a new head sculpt. I thought the head sculpt was going to be a re-release from like Wave 1 and maybe it was going to be like painted a little bit better, but it's actually a brand new head sculpt. It's a brand new like open mouth Mega Man head sculpt. It looks pretty neat. It has it just captures that really good Inafune art style to it. It looks pretty good. It's a little hard to really see it because it's a bit blurry, but just from looking at it right now, it does look really good. So that's neat. And then you also have the Met. Next up is Bubble Man. So Bubble Man, I can't remember if we've seen this head sculpt. We probably did. I can't exactly remember, but Bubble Man looks really good. I love the effect piece. Like the the transparent, like plastic bubble. Really, it just looks great. It really does. I love that a lot. And the packaging's neat too. You can see that they're a lot bigger because these are going to be bigger figures. So I would expect the price to be a little bit higher since they're bigger and the packaging and all that. They're probably going to be like, I would assume 30 maybe. I would assume 30 or 35, somewhere around there, similar to like Sagat and Blanca, something like that really. But Bubble Man looks really good. And then we got Woodman. Woodman looks awesome. I love this effect piece right here, the leaf shield, or well, the leaf sort of effect really. But it looks nice. Woodman looks really good. There's also the alternate head sculpt, which we definitely did not see. Man, Woodman just looks fantastic. I really cannot wait for this wave. So this wave is almost finished. I believe they said there was just gonna be doing a few tweaks, but we should expect some pre-orders pretty soon. So if I had to take a guess, some point next month, April to Mayish, I would definitely expect a pre-order. Wave 4 was not here. I think they're gonna show that off a bit more at San Diego, and maybe Wave 5, maybe. Dude, I really want to see Rush so bad in the next wave. I really want a brand new Rush figure. I truly hope we see Rush at some point. But yeah, definitely, expect a Wave 5 for sure at San Diego. Now, next up is the Street Fighter figures. So the only new one here is Vega. Not necessarily new, like we knew about Vega, but we've never seen Vega with the mask on to the figure really. Well, there is an accessory where he does have like the mask as like a separate piece really, but I don't think you can really like put it on to the unmasked head sculpt. I think it's just there for just for him to hold, I would assume. This figure looks so good, man. I can tell this is going to be super posable. It looks great. It really looks great. Loving the mask head sculpt, the claws. It looks nice. Really awesome for Vega. Apparently Vega is actually being close to being up for pre-order as well. So similar to like Wave 3 of Mega Man, like I think they're just doing a few tweaks. Now moving on to the food mascots. So I want to talk about Fred Flintstone because there's actually a new head sculpt on this figure that we've never actually seen before. We've seen like the alternate one, but not the this one right here on Fred. Barney didn't have a new head sculpt. I don't think there was a new one. I think that same head sculpt we've already seen last time. I could be wrong, but this Fred Flintstone head sculpt is definitely new and it looks great. I like it. These figures are, I want to say they said that these were going to be up for pre-order around the end of the year or possibly the beginning of next year. So these are going to be a longer wait, but I am really looking forward to these as well. They do look pretty good. I've learned that there's actually a ball peg to the torso, so there's not going to be any lack of movement with the torso. They are going to actually have a ball peg in the torso. It's going to be similar to like Chester Cheetah. Now, the newest reveal here is a Frosty the Snowman figure, which is actually neat. And I really love the packaging. I seriously cannot get over how the packaging is. It's like an old TV set. You can tell this is going to be like a deluxe with like the extra accessories and, you know, Frosty being a lot, you know, like being a big figure here. This looks fantastic, man. I love classic like cartoons action figures like this, similar to like what the Boss Fight Studios does. This looks really nice, and apparently we're expecting to see this at least before the winter time, so that's great. But man, a Frosty the Snowman action figure, I was not expecting that. I also like the alternate head sculpt, which is neat, you know, like where, you know, before he comes to life. This looks amazing. The soft goods scarf, oh, I can't wait for this. This looks so good. Another one I want to talk about is Tony the Tiger. So I did a separate video about this, but Tony's going to be here earlier than we expected, because apparently Tony is going to be showing up in Target stores by the beginning of April, which is crazy. So yeah, that's wild. These cereal mascots are going to be showing up at Target, similar to Chester. I didn't see Chester at Target, but I've heard that people spotted him. But yeah, you should expect Tony the Tiger by the beginning of April, along with Sagat and Blanca. I've heard Sagat and Blanca are supposed to be showing up at Target stores at the beginning of April. And other than that, that was actually everything. Nothing new with Cyberpunk or Scooby-Doo. These were the newest, you know, reveals or like newest changes with the figures. I do want to give a huge shout out to the Figure Report on Instagram, you know, for these images, because really good job with the images. I always like to show, you know, support. And I would also check out Toy Migos. They also did like an interview with June on the Jada Toys stuff, so you can definitely check that out for like more information or anything that I've probably missed. But that was, you know, my thoughts on this, and I want to know what are you guys' thoughts on this, so let me know down below. But as always, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, but until then, take care, my friends.